Good morning. I'm happy that you're here, and I'm going to focus this morning on Ahimsa, peace. And if you'll just take a seated position, and you can sit in a comfortable position that you can sit in just cross-legged. You can sit in this Burmese cross-legged position with your heels together. You can sit in fire log position with one leg on top of the other. So you find a place to sit, a good way to sit, but you can sit with your feet together. I'm going to sit like this. And the theme today is timely. It's Ahimsa. And Ahimsa is connected in Hindu philosophy with Satya, which is truth. And when I think of this, Ahimsa and truth, I think about that notion of peace with justice, that you discern justice and there is peace. So that's my way of thinking about peace at this difficult time. The Middle East is in such a terrible state. And I'm just going to put my dog away. Come on, Simone, excuse me. Come on, Simone, come on. In the bed, come on. Hurry up. Come on, sweetie pie, go on, in there. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. So that is my thinking today, because it's a very traumatic moment in our global history. And my heart goes out to all those who are suffering. And there are so many, thousands and millions of them. I'll just let us just sit and find a good space. You can rock back and forth on your sitting bones to find a good center of gravity. And you can feel your shoulders moving back. You can feel your spine in kind of axial elongation, where we're feeling a light at the top of the head, and it's moving down our spine right to our sacrum. So our shoulders are over top of our hips. And as we settle into this place, I'm going to invite you to just allow the thoughts that are moving through your mind to settle like dust in a bowl of water. They just settle down to the bottom of the bowl of water, or sand moving through water. It's just settling into the bottom. And as it settles, you'll feel lightness. And you'll allow yourself to let go of the tension in your jaw, in your face, in the depths of your eyes. You'll settle into a state of relaxation. And you'll breathe, inhaling and then exhaling through your nose. Inhaling and then exhaling through your nose. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. And thoughts may come to you now, and you'll imagine your mind is like a clouded sky. And every thought that touches your mind, you can let it go. You can notice it and then allow it to move across and out of mind. And now you can take your arms out to your side, palms up, and move your arms up so they touch each other at the top, your fingers pointing up. And now turn your arms, your hands, palms facing down, and open them out like wings. We're going to breathe. Inhale up and exhale down. And inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. And when we have our hands just out straight to the side, we're going to flex our wrists and push into our hands. And we're going to think about what a gift we're giving our bodies and our whole being, sitting together and practicing our asanas together. We're pressing into our heels. And now we're bending our wrists and pressing the other way. And we're going to roll our hands around to move our wrists, and then we're going to move them the other way. We're going to press our hands out in front in fists, and we're going to take our thumbs and wrap our fingers around them, and we're going to flick our fingers out. So we're just activating our fingers and stretching them, feeling the tension release as we flick our fingers. We're flicking out all of the negativity. And as we bring our hands in, we're holding all kinds of restorative energy and flicking out all of the negative. Good. And we're going to take our arms out and we're just going to embrace ourselves here. And hold on to our shoulders. We can warm our shoulders. We can even massage our shoulders a bit. We're going to open our arms out again and massage our shoulders. And open them out again. Okay, we're going to lift our shoulders up and back and round. And then the other way. And we'll put our right hand down on the ground, and we'll lift our left arm up and just circle it over. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Good. And we're going to change our feet at this point. So you can go to the other foot on top or another position that will balance you out a bit. And we're going to go back to this lovely arcing over. And we're just going to move. And we're breathing here. Inhaling, 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 inhaling. And we're going to walk our hands forward over our legs. And we're just going to hold ourselves here. I'm going to find this lovely quote that I have about Ahimsa. And it sounds quite simplistic, but it's true. To hurt others is to hurt oneself. To hurt oneself is to hurt others. Good. And we'll come back. So why not be kind? All right. So we'll just move our right leg in front here. Or sorry, our right leg in front, and then our left leg behind here. And we'll push ourselves up here. So we've got a kind of a 90-degree angle here. And then I'm just going to fold over this front leg here. And then I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to just turn over towards the back. And then I'm going to fold over the front and turn towards the back. And now I'm going to take this leg and move the right leg and do a more conventional twist here. So the right leg is bent and the left leg is up, and I'm lifting up and twisting here and feeling my breath move through the nostrils, down the throat, into my lung. Feel my lungs opening and my ribs expanding, especially since I'm turning and opening my left ribs. They're moving into my left side body. Now we're going to put our left leg in front at 90 degrees and bring our right leg behind. It's a kind of an awkward position. And then just bend over the front leg if we can. You could use blocks here if you need them. And then we're going to move around the back. And I'm going to come back. And once again, just do a more conventional twist here with the right knee up, lifting up the arms, and turning. And it's interesting how sometimes we get into a position that really feels like a release. And at this point in the practice, I really feel this is a huge release. I'm lifting up as I'm turning around and pressing my elbow into my lower thigh. And now I'm turning around and I'm stretching my legs out. I'm going to get a little bit of equipment here. So I'm just going to get a couple of blocks, which you may need, and something to sit on, and the belt. You may not need a belt. If you do, I'll demonstrate it. And I found this in a little Japanese store. It's just a little heart with little beanies, little beads in it. And it's a perfect thing to sit on. So anyway, you can sit on anything, but I like that. All right. Got my feet out in Dandasana, and I'm putting a strap around and I'm just going to sit and allow myself to go forward, straight back. And sometimes I think when I'm feeling especially vulnerable, props are really helpful. They really give me a sense of that I'm assisting myself. And that's always a welcome feeling, since sometimes we don't assist ourselves. All right, and now we can just fold over, and you can hold on to the belt, you can hold on to your feet, whatever feels comfortable. And once again, we're just inhaling and exhaling. And this time we're imagining that our back ribs are opening like the pages of a book. And each rib is like the outer edge of the page of a book. And it's just opening up as we inhale and exhale. And you can expand your elbows here to draw yourself further down with every exhalation. And then just allow yourself to relax on the inhalation. And then exhale and draw your elbows out. And relax on the inhalation. And then just exhale. And breathe easily here. And now we're going to just roll up. And I think we'll do some on the back, just to kind of, so that we're going to just shift down to our back and extend our leg up with our belt. And we'll open up, well, first of all, we'll just press both of our heels. So our bottom heel is pressing out, and our toes are facing up, our knees are facing up. And this one is just 90 degrees, and our heels are pressing to the ceiling. And now we're going to just, with our, I've got my right leg up, and with the same arm, I'm going to just hold on to the strap and open it out to the side. And you can put your opposite hand on your hip so that you give yourself a little bit of balance. And we're inhaling and exhaling here. Inhaling peace, discernment, and exhaling the chaos and the suffering. Inhaling and exhaling. And then your foot moving in the opposite direction. Just pressing out through your heels. Maintaining both of your shoulders on the ground. And once again, we're coming back, and we'll just change the foot. And extend that bottom leg down, extending through both heels. And we're pressing up, and we're really feeling our foot, our heel, heading towards the sky. It's probably touching the moon by now. And now we're opening up. And you can put your opposite hand on your hip to maintain a bit of balance. And really inhale and exhale in this position. Opening up your legs. Here we go. And then up again. And the opposite hand now holds the strap as you move over the other side. You can actually hook your thumb in your hip crease here and draw that down, your hip down. That's helpful. And still pressing through the heels, and inhaling and exhaling, and feeling that release. And then up we go again. And put down. Good. Now let's just try something. Let's just lift both our legs up, our hips up, and lengthen our legs out on top of us, both of them. And let's see if we can just swing our legs here. This is sort of a prelude to dropping our legs back, but we're just swinging our hips up with our arms on the ground. And we don't have to go all the way. We just have to allow our hips to move above our head. And this is a nice, just a kind of passive inversion and a little bit of movement in our spine. Okay, just bend your legs and hold on to your knees and just rock back and forth. Give yourself a hug. Feel the love. Feel the community of people doing this together. All right. And now you can roll onto your side and move up onto your hands and knees. So we're going to do some cat and cow, or traditional cat and cow. And first we'll do the cow, which is we'll kind of drop our chest and lift our bottom up, and then the reverse, the cat. So we're going to cow and then cat, the Halloween cat, and really feel your spine, allowing it to really open up as you push up with your belly button. Draw your belly button to your spine and push your feet into the floor. Really give that a good stretch. And now we're going to come down and stretch the other way, pushing our feet into the floor, our hands into the floor, and coming up again, pushing our hands and our feet and our belly button into our spine, and then back and forth. So it's inhale in cow and exhale in cat. Inhale and exhale. And as we're exhaling, let's sigh. So we're inhaling here, and then we're going to sigh. Ah. Inhale, and then sigh. Ah. Inhale and sigh. Ah. Inhale and sigh. Ah. Okay, and now let's just dig our little toes into all of our toes into the ground and press our hands into the ground. Lift our hips up and press back towards downward dog. And now just let's go right back down and drop our knees on the ground. And let's lift up again and press back into downward dog. And then let's just come right back down. So we're going into this little prelude, downward dog, but we're moving back and forth and feeling that we can meditate in movement. We can maintain that sky mind, those clouds scudding by, and also move our body. And the movement of our body helps us maintain our open mind. All right. Somehow I could do this all morning. It's very good for my toes. Okay, I'm widening my feet out. I'm on my tippy toes. And now I'm going to lower my heels down to whatever level you can. And in the downward dog, we're just going to breathe here, inhaling and exhaling, and pressing into our hands, pressing into our heels, and pressing our thighs back so that we're opening up the backs of the knees. And we are rotating our upper arms out. So it's external rotation of the upper arms, even as in a strange way, we're kind of rotating the lower arms in because we want to keep the palm flat on the floor. We're pressing into all of our finger pads
And we're allowing that hollow of our palm to become our heart. And we're holding onto our heart. We're feeling it beating with life, and we're grateful. And we're inhaling and exhaling here. Now we're going to lift up our right leg and point it straight back. And then we're going to bend the knee and drop our foot towards our buttock and have one hip above the other. And now we're going to extend that leg up again and drop it down. We're going to do the same thing with the other leg. So we're pointing the left leg up, and now we're bending that knee and dropping the foot towards the hip. And we are working to press into both our hands, keeping our shoulders level, even as we work to align one hip over top of the other. And then we're going to press our leg up and bring it down. And once again, bend our knees and press back into our heels. And now we're going to bend our knees and we're going to just walk towards the front of the mat, or you can jump. And we're going to allow our bodies to rest here. So we've got our, we can hook our elbows if we like, and just drop down over top of our legs here in a forward fold. And you can drop your hands down to hold onto your ankles and pull with your ankles so that you allow yourself to extend down a little bit further. This is just the beginning of the class, so you don't need to do too much. You can also bend your legs, your knees, and just jiggle here for a minute, allowing your blood to rush to your head. And once again, allow your movement to clear your mind. Okay. And now we're going to extend our arms out and come up, looking up. Good. All right. So we'll try this one more time. All right. Still not quite right here. Okay. So we're going to do some sun salutations, and without further ado, let's just do them. So we're going to stand in Tadasana, feel very centered. We can stretch our fingers out here, really feel we're working our hands, our fingers, and the energy is quite profound in Tadasana. We're going to open our arms out and up, and look up, and then open out and come down to a forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, hands to the ground and right knee back. Inhaling, lift up, and exhaling, hands to the ground, left leg back, plank. And we'll just stand in this two-footed, two-hand plank pose for a moment, inhaling and exhaling. And then I'm inviting you to drop first your knees, and then your chest and your chin. So I'm going to do this, your knees, and then your chest, so your bum sticks up, and then your chin. And then you come up into, I'm in a upward dog. You can also be in a cobra. I'm pressing the tops of my feet into the ground and pushing my hands. And now I'm going to press back into downward dog. And we're breathing here, inhaling and exhaling and feeling a tremendous sense of ease in this pose, even as It's a demanding pose. There is a sense of ease here. And you're pressing back with your thighs, pressing back with your heels, pushing into your hands, and opening yourself up to feeling good this morning, to feeling the autumn day, the unseasonably warm weather, the crunch of the leaves under our feet. All right, now let's just draw our right leg forward, not underneath us. So we're going to go into pigeon, and we can extend our back leg back, pointing our toe. And here I'm just sitting up. I'm pressing into the ground, and I'm allowing my chest to really open to the front. So this is an upright pigeon, and it allows us to really breathe. And it's also excellent at opening out our glutes, and it allows us to extend into our front. And in this case, my right leg is forward, my front left hip flexor. Good. And if you like, you can come down. You can come down onto your elbows into a kind of sphinx arms here, or you can come all the way down and put your hands, your forehead on your hands. And that's quite a different stretch and movement, but a good one. And we'll just rest here for, say, 3 breaths. So we'll inhale and exhale. And we'll inhale and we'll exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. And we'll just press back up. Once again, feel the opening in the chest. We'll breathe twice here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then we're going to just go back onto our back knee, extend that leg out, and draw our left leg forward on the diagonal, and press back, press that back leg back, slide it along the floor if you can. I have a bit of a sticky mat, so it's difficult, but and I'm just up in the upright pigeon on the other side. It's quite a bit more difficult here. I think because I crossed my right leg over for 72 years, and my left leg is just not quite the same caliber of mobility. All right, and you can come down here on your sphinx arms, and then good, on your sphinx arms, and then come down onto your forehead, and we will just breathe here, inhaling for 5 breaths and exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that was 7 breaths, not 5, but such is life. All right, now we're going to come forward. I'm just going to go onto my back here and do some bridge poses because we're here and the bridge is calling to me. So we'll just move on to our back, and we will once again feel more opening in the chest. I think it's calling to me because I do like opening in the chest. And we're pressing our feet down on the mat. We're pressing our, we can hold on to the sides of our mat, or we can clasp our hands underneath, and we can just press our hips up, push into the ground, press our chest up, and feel how challenging this is early in the practice. But it's interesting to do it early in the practice. And we're pressing our knees towards the opposite wall as we push our feet in and press our pelvis up, our chest up, opening up. And now we're going to roll down, and we'll just bring our feet in, our knees in, and give them a clasp here. And now press our feet down once again. We'll do it one more time. Pressing into the mat with our feet, and then rolling our tailbone up and lifting our hips up, clasping our hands, rolling our shoulders under, and feeling the breath like a wind in our chest, blowing in the wind. Here we are. Inhale and exhale, pressing up again, pressing up again, pressing our hips up, pressing our knees towards the opposite wall, pressing our thighs up, our chest up, and now rolling down. And holding onto our knees here, we'll give ourselves a little rock and roll here. And once again, we're going to move on to the side and press into the floor. And we're just going to come up. Okay. Now, I've got this new way of arranging this place, and it's really odd. So you'll have to excuse me. There we go. Okay. So we'll do some standing poses because they make us feel fierce and also open to whatever comes. All right. So here we are. So we're going to just open our arms out, our feet out, turning our front foot out, our back foot in, and we're going to just extend out and drop our arm down. We're just going to do early Trikonasana triangle pose, feeling our energy moving up and moving down. Now we're going to come back and turn our feet the other way and extend out and drop our hand out and look up here. And then coming up, turning our feet in and hinging at the hip and moving forward into a forward bend, wide leg forward bend. You can put your hands on the ground if you like, and push your feet into the ground, push your elbows towards the ground, and then just fall over with a curved spine here. We're just dangling here. And we're pressing into our feet, lifting our arches up, and really pressing our thighs back to open up the backs of our knees. And in this position, we can actually extend our arms out and walk over to our right foot and hold onto the ankle and draw ourselves down with our elbows. And this is not the most comfortable position, but it does a lot of good work to your body. So say hello to your body. Hello, knee. Hello, ankle. Good morning. It's a good morning. And now walk out in front and hold on to your other ankle and extend your elbows out, pressing into your feet and feeling the beautiful opening of your body towards your leg. So this is a good hamstring stretch. Once again, we'll stretch our feet out and press our hands into the ground. Just extending our arms out straight, 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 and keeping the knees open by pressing our thighs back and keeping our arches lifted. Now walk your hands back. You can work to keep your palms on the ground, your fingers facing forward between your feet. So you're pretending you're going to go into a tripod headstand with this. So you're just allowing your body to move towards the floor. Now this might not be possible. And of course it's not for me, but if it is, you could just press into your hands, put the crown of your head on the floor, and lift your legs up. All right. And now we're going to press into the hands and put our hands on the hip and come up into a wide-legged posture and wiggle your feet in. And we're going to do some lovely standing postures on the other side. So we're going to take a wide-legged pose here, and we're turning our front foot out to the right and turning the back foot in on the diagonal, and we're bending the knee for it. And we're keeping the torso up and open towards the front. So of course it's not completely, but it's not too bad. We're pressing into our foot here. Arms up, and we're pressing. Then we're going to I'm going to go back and forth here to try and find a little bit of a center of gravity and feel the crown of my head lifting up. And now I'm pressing forward with my arm and extending it forward, 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 and then dropping the forearm down to my thigh. And I've got my other hand on the hip, so I'm literally turning the hip to open it up and opening up the chest. And then I'm going to extend the arm out on the diagonal in a side angle pose. And make sure that your knee is moving to the back of the room and your ribs are opening out. You can look up, or you can drop the arm down behind and press the back of your hand into your sacrum and use that to really open the shoulder and the chest up, pulling your belly button in and really balancing here in a state of disequilibrium, moving towards equilibrium. All right, and now you can push up and straighten your legs and move to the other side. So I'm bending my front leg, and my hips are still working towards the side, pressing my arms out, pressing my fingers out, and lifting myself from the tip of my head. Pelvis, feeling that line. You might want to open your legs a bit wider, whatever feels comfortable. Rotating both thighs around, opening them out, and extending out once again towards the side over top of that front knee. And you can drop down to your thigh, or you can drop it to the back of your hand, or you could have a block here. And I'm just going to open up my arm and look up and press into my feet and try and keep both sides of my body extending, my torso and my chest opening up. Good. And now we're opening up and back into traditional warrior 2. And we're going to straighten that leg, turn the foot to the front, and wiggle your feet in. Okay, good. Very good. All right. Now let's do pyramid, because we're standing up and we can. So this is completely the opposite direction of the hips. The hips here are facing the front. So let me go back. So the hips are facing the front, and
we can just take a stance, lift the back leg back about 3 feet, and then you can make sure that your hips are facing the front and you're hinging over those hips. So you can put your fingers in the hip creases. You can come down however you like. You can come down to your blocks if you like, press into your blocks, move this front hip back. You can put your finger in the hip crease to give it a bit of a direction and press into the blocks of whatever level you want, or the floor. Here you have it. And you're pressing into the back heel, pressing into the front heel, lifting the arches. And now you're going to just roll over. You're just going to allow yourself to fall into this front leg. So you're really just letting your upper torso relax while your lower torso is incredibly active, pressing into the ground, pressing, and feeling that tailbone tipping out. Now we're going to just press. I have my front right leg forward. I have my block beside my foot, but you can do it on the floor if you like. I'm pressing into my left arm and I'm rotating my body in a revolved triangle pose and lifting that arm up. There we go. And I am meditating on those clouds once again, scudding across the sky, looking quite detached and allowing me to just let them go. And here I am, pressing into my feet, rotating my body. And now I'm going to come back and just lift up, pressing into my feet. All right, you might want to have a drink of something for a minute. As we move towards the other side. So, left leg out, right leg back about 3 feet. Hips are rotated towards the front and pulling your belly button in towards your spine. We are hooking our hip crease straight back down as far as you can. And then we're just going to move over the leg. You can have a block nearby and put it in front of the foot if you like. I'm not being terribly demanding of myself today. I'm just letting myself have a very easy practice. It's what I need. So you do what your body needs. If you want to have something more demanding, just put your hand on the ground. And here, once again, pressing into the feet. Feeling yourself descend with each breath. Now I'm pressing into my right hand and I'm going to revolve, it's a revolved triangle towards the back and lift my left arm up. And the pressure of the right hand helps you maintain your balance here. Pressing into the back foot, pressing your knees straight, and breathing here, and looking up. And now I'm coming back, and I'm going to put my hands in my hip creases and just come up. Rotate towards the front, and put my feet together. There we are. All right. So, I'm just going to shake myself out, do a little adrenal fake, give myself the gift of play and pleasure. And Arms up. Mad dancer. Let's have a mad autumn dance. A dance to the autumn. Here we go. Very good. All right. Now, let's just come down onto our mats and find ourselves in a position where we can stretch out. And you can, in fact, have a block or something, and you can put the block just on your lower ribs, because sometimes I find when I'm lying down on my back, I lift my ribs up. I don't know why, but it gives it a little bit of weight. So you can do that. You put a little block on your ribs or some kind of weight if you like. You don't have to. And you can put something underneath your head if you like. And you can just rest here for a moment. Breathing easily. Feeling the energy coursing through your body like a racehorse. Good. And here I'm going to just remove the block, and I'm going to just lift my right leg up and hold it into my body, pull it in. And I'm going to hold the inside edge of my foot, and I'm going to pull that leg towards me with the knee wide at the outer edge of my body. Good. And then I'm just going to extend it out, and I'm going to do the same thing, holding onto the inside of my leg. I'm going to pull that leg towards the knee towards the outside of my body, pulling it, and then I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to bend my knees and do a little traditional passive twist on the floor. So I'm lifting my right leg up, and I'm crossing it over my left, shifting my hips to the side and dropping my knees to the left. You can use your left hand on your outer right knee in order to give you added twist. But the object is to keep both shoulders on the ground. Once again, we are breathing easily here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to come back to the other side, where we'll put our hips in neutral position, our feet on the ground. We're lifting our left leg up, crossing our knee over our thigh, lifting our hips up, and dropping our knees to the other side. Here we go. And we're just holding on to our hand here. And I'm looking towards my opposite arm. So my knees are dropping towards the right, and I am looking towards the left. So the axial twist here is allowing all of the bones of your axial spine to feel that they are in movement. And it's a tired old yoga cliche now, but we know that as we move through life, the mobility of our spine is a good way of determining our age, and sometimes better than chronology. And we're going to breathe here. 1, 2, 3. And now lifting our knees up, putting them on the ground, and just letting them windshield wipe in different directions for a minute. We're really just loosening our hips up a little here and allowing our lower spine to twist a bit. Okay, I think this is approximately an hour, so we're going to allow ourselves to deepen our relaxation. We can move our head from side to side. We can make fists with our hands and then drop them. We can make, we can wrap our toes around our foot and then extend them out, lift our feet up and drop them. We can wiggle our legs back and forth and our arms, lift our shoulders to our ears and then drop them. You can move back and forth so that you can feel your shoulder blades moving down your spine and your chest opening up as you're on the floor here. And we're just going to once again attend to that open sky above us, those clouds scudding across as we notice one, and then we let it go. Another appears before us. We just notice it and let it go. And just be silent and let you breathe, opening your chest out, letting your breath go, inhaling and exhaling. And I'll be back to you in 2 minutes. And I'll call you back to your body again and invite you to move your legs, your fingers, your feet. Feel the energy circulating differently in your body. And feel a bit of lightness return. And when you're ready, you can roll onto your side. You can rest there if you like. You can stay on your back. You can sit up. You're welcome to sit however you like. I'm just going to read two very brief things about Ahimsa. First, do no harm. And then this is BKS Iyengar from Light on Yoga. And he wrote, to curb violence, what is most needed is freedom from fear. And with that, I'll just thank you all for being here. And I will see you next time.